Hey everyone, hey Kevin, hey Sinistello. Also, this is funny. We are gonna pick up where we left off this morning. Gonna continue working on customers. Gonna try to make as much progress as possible. Every once in a while I watch a movie or something, excuse me, or a TV show. And I think it's easy to romanticize sort of common everyday ideas when you're watching a TV show. And just a classic example of this, if you need one, is montage sequences, a training sequence or something. In real life, it's hard work and a lot of training and a lot of like mustering up the motivation to do something. And in a TV show or movie, it's like 1 minute long. There's some cool music playing and they're trained at the end of all of that. Well, I think if we romanticized our own lives a little bit more, we'd have more appreciation. And I was thinking about if I were to make a TV show about a coder. I mean, I know I'm sort of on a show right now anyway, but it's not really all that entertaining. I wonder what are the kinds of things I would say or do to make this look cool. And it's like, I have freedom in what I'm working on. I'm working on a game. I think the game is cool. There's kind of like flexible hours, tons of people involved, either watching or working on it. The list goes on. There's just a lot of things. And it just made me think like, I am grateful for this opportunity and being able to work on this stuff. But I think we don't always put ourselves in that mindset of how do we romanticize our own lives. Anyway, random aside. Yeah, so we hadn't finished up this commit, and I think there were some to-do items that I added in here. Let's find the to-do items without looking through anything else yet and just fix those. So go to item display, that's buy item, and leave town. Buy item, leave town. Oh, and this seek specific item. Commit buy item, leave town, seek specific item. Fix to-dos in these. Let's start with buy item. To do is what? Make this a destination functions method. Go to item display. Don't we do this in a decent amount of locations? In fact, everywhere that we make a target item source component, don't we do this? Let's search for that with, why is this not working? What? What was that? I searched for this and I click this button and it should pop up over here and it's not. Huh, I've never seen that before. I guess I'll just type it in manually. No, this is broken too. What is going on? All right, we're gonna reload this. Is it working now? Yeah, it's working now. Okay, cool. So yeah, so where do we do this stuff? Here, if it doesn't have an item, okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. This is worker wander. I guess there's really not too much happening here. It's just this. Why did I need to do this then? Remove their existing component and then add the new one instead of each target. Yeah, I don't think we need to do anything special here. Hey, M2. Hey, Mystical Cell. At what point do I buy yet another domain for another project? I think once the project has legs, let's say I just came up with a game right now and I'm like, it'd be awesome, a fighter combined with a platformer combined with a racing game. And I'm like, oh man, this is super cool and I'm hyped about it. If I'm working on it in the dark for 6 months, I don't think you really need to buy a domain for it yet. I think once you're like, okay, I like working on this, it's actually a fun game, we've made it past the prototype stage, or alternative is if you're a streamer, then maybe you do it a little bit sooner than that, just so that someone else doesn't claim the domain. But beyond that, yeah, I don't think it's really super important to buy one because it's mostly for marketing, right? Thanks for the pie hole guide. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Hey, Potato. Yeah, I think the important part is this post setup stuff because these are things I did myself that I thought were important. And this was super confusing to me. I was watching YouTube on my phone and it wasn't saving my history. And it's really important that it saves my history because I watch a lot of videos that are longer than an hour and you get 10 minutes in and then you're like, where was I? It just resets to 0. So yeah, get used to some slightly weird behavior that is a result of blocking things at the DNS level. The app with on the domain. Right, but what I'm saying is you only need a domain once people are using it. So let's say you're developing the app, you could just use localhost. You could route a Cloudflare tunnel to your machine. Once you realize like, okay, yeah, this is worth pursuing. Because otherwise, I don't think there's much motivation you get from buying a domain. Like, it's not like, oh man, I spent $15. I'm going to work on this project forever now. So might as well just save yourself the $15 until you know you're actually going to use it. Oh, darn it. YouTube chat's not showing. Where'd YouTube chat go? There it is. Okay. Reference to another note there, which is obviously not accessible in Discord messages, mentioned in the Discord channel too. Another note. All of these should be other links. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, if you need the reference potato, I can get it for you. Only have like 30 other domains. Oh boy, that is quite a lot. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, thank you. What did I get for lunch? I didn't have any real food, so I had a frozen pizza. I think this was supposed to be in the main guide. Whole GitHub. Update. I don't know how that happened though. No, 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 no. I don't want to. What is going on right now? They mentioned something on here somewhere about updates. Oh, maybe it's the Docker GitHub. Yeah, there it is. This, I think they mentioned don't update it automatically. Yeah, here it is. Note on Watchtower. That's what should be here. The problem is this creates a note which shouldn't exist. There, so now that reference link will work. Yeah, this is what it was supposed to be. And now we got to go delete this note. Reveal in Finder and delete. Cool. Close out of my million folders that we have. All right, do this stuff from customers so that all states that need to do this can do this. Where else do we null this out? I think 3 places, 2 places. And where do we set this to nothing? Just here. Huh. Where do I want to do this? Public void. Reset by item state. It's kind of weird. What did this suggest for this? Did it remove the thought bubble? It doesn't even know what to do now. This, yeah. Remove target item source, specific item. Yeah, so it's pretty much this stuff. These things for sure. Entity.reset. Could also remove the thought bubble, I suppose. Anywhere else that we need to do this? I guess just search for this. This is leaving the state. This should not reset the thought bubble. So never mind. I take that back. Buy item also sets shop to buy from to none. This doesn't modify the shop, does it? No. Doesn't matter if it does though. But this one, it definitely matters. Target item source. Anywhere else, shop to buy from equals null. Only there. Desired item equals, yep, that's fine. And specific item display to buy from. Only there. Cool. All right, that was done. And there's one last one, and it's in seek specific item. To do, consider returning the item display and having the caller manage the state in transition. Yeah, so what would we call this function then? It'd be like get item display containing desired item. How about let's just copy paste the whole thing and come up with it that way. Get item display containing desired item. Really get shop display. But yeah, item display question mark. This would be return null. This would be return the item display. And I guess the shop. Yeah, that makes me less likely to want to do this. I know we could just return a tuple, but I don't think I want to do that. And I know we could get the, yeah, I think this is fine. But I think we should probably rename this. Or maybe just have it return a tuple. Maybe setting a few things in there. No, I think this is fine. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I don't know how confusing this is going to be. And if it turns out in the future that, yes, this is really hard to follow, then I think we'll change it then. Okay, so to-dos have been removed. We still have some, but they're all ones that used to be there anyway, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, except for this. What is this? Oh, this is the new buffer I made. All right, now let's run .NET format and start looking through the code. This is good. I should probably write what this is. Yeah, what does this represent? This is the item that the character wants and what they have a thought bubble for. Yeah. The item that this character or this entity wants, it should show in a thought bubble. This may not yet exist in your town. And then if this entity wants an item and your town has it, then this will point to one of the item displays. There's a problem, isn't there? Yeah, there is a problem. Unless we use sample here. Let's look. Seek specific item. Yeah, we iterate over these in order. That's not good. Because that means that if 5 customers want the same item, they'll all seek out the same display holding that item. They should seek out random ones, I think. Although if they go to the wrong one and it's taken, they'll just switch to looking at a different one. But still, I think we should change this. All right, well, let's finish writing this part first. If this entity wants an item and your town has it, then this will point to one of the item displays containing the item. The rest of this is fine. Reset by item state, that's fine. This should not be needed. Or we just don't check in the town, but I'm just going to delete it. It's a debug function, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. This is fine. This is kind of weird. If the entity is seeking a particular item. Okay, let's write something down before I forget. I need to randomize which item is found out of all valid ones in seek specific item. It's not hard to do, but the reason I wrote this here is because I think by item should probably change a little bit. Other than that, it looks good. This is fine. This is fine. Fine. State before without eventually buying something. So in that case, remember the item we wanted to buy and still seek that out. Sounds good. Sounds good. Cool. Yep. Yep, cool. All right, all that's good. The only thing I'm not sure I like is by item having this code here and acquire target. Get filled item displays. There are none, do that. Yeah, this is all if it's seeking out a specific item. Okay. Seek specific target. I think this will make it look a little bit cleaner. Let me just put that here. Skitter Cat. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Thanks for the resub. Thanks for using Abby in your resub. Do I have any new Abby photos to share? I have one. Let me do this. What a good cat. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, love that cat. Whoa, hey again, who cares? Jeez. You certainly don't have to do this. Is there such thing as YouTube credits or something? Like, can you spend money on this stuff using like Google Play credits? Either way, thank you very much, who cares? And welcome back to you too. Happy Friday afternoon, at least my time zone. That's all I ever wish anybody. Not a happy any time of day, just my time zone. Okay, I think this is decent. I think having a transition out of here is a little bit weird. And then this is like seek any target. Yeah. Seek any target. We'll put that down here. All right, is that clearer? How about we reorder these to make them follow the same order they are up there? Not that it matters. Entity has item, yeah. Okay, I think it's slightly clearer, I guess. The dev too, so I would just support another dev, more of a web and app dev than anything. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot of web dev on stream. Well, actually, even web and game dev, I guess. Because years ago, I was making Botland, which was quite the feat. But that's not around anymore. And then I made some various websites here and there, but not a ton. And I don't have any of that on the radar anytime soon. Happy my time zone. At least it's a positive sentiment. Anyway, yeah, thank you. Who cares? All right, I looked through all this already. I'm just seeing, was there anything strange? Nothing standing out to me. Yeah. All right, so what do we do with this? What did we do? Allow for finding a specific item. Yeah. Allow for customers wanting specific items. I am so happy with this change. By the way, for those who did not see this morning, take a look and I will show this very quickly. But customers can now want specific things. It will show in a thought bubble. And then if that item doesn't exist in your town, they'll just wander around until it does exist. So it's almost like a mini quest trying to nudge you to get a particular item. So if I take, let's say, this red potion, since that's the only item I've ever found, now that's all customers might actually want. And yeah, you can see it here. And you might see another customer. It actually fades in the thought bubble, but it's a pretty rare chance. So hopefully someone in this clump will eventually want an item. Nope. Well, eventually they will. Yeah, eventually they will. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I like it a lot. So now if you were to find that item, where's a red potion? Well, seriously, it didn't spawn a red potion? Oh, there's one. I can't grab it because it's too hard. Oh, let's try that again. Red potion. So we put this over here, and now anyone who wanted a red potion will gun it for that, but actually so will the regular customers too. But yeah, if they were to actually get it, then their desired item would go away. That's not good. That's definitely not good. This is all very, very bad. I think I deleted this from somewhere. Oh, man. What's supposed to do it? Leave town? Leave town was one of them. Removes the thought bubble component, but something else should be removing the thought bubble component. Buy item, yeah. What's going on then? Add component inside seek specific item. Line 33. Desired item is none. Then desire a new item. The only thing setting this to none, and this doesn't remove. Okay, I see what's going on. All right, I've goofed. I've definitely goofed. When's the next alpha? November 22nd. And actually, Skittercat, I was going to reach out to you about potentially getting your specific feedback on that one. Although I guess the less you know about it, the better. So I shouldn't have just told you about customers wanting stuff. So erase that from your memory. Also, no pressure. Seriously, if you can't play for whatever reason or whatever, the timing doesn't work out, that's totally fine. It's your birthday. I'm going to write this in my bridge note. There. Well, happy very early birthday. This is leaving by item. Oh, this might have been a mistake. Oh, darn it. Oh, this might have been a big mistake. Yeah, this was a big mistake. Oh, we shouldn't have reset the desired item. Oh, God. It hurts. It hurts. So we changed this. Ugh. And then when they leave town, we stop desiring an item. It's a little weird. November 8th is my birthday too. Okay. Well, let's write that down as long as we're writing birthdays down. I have a gigantic list of birthdays that people have shared with me. And how it's pretty much worked is if people showed up to the stream like for 4 years in a row on their birthday, then I'd eventually just add it to my personal calendar and try to wish that person a happy birthday. Otherwise, there are way too many birthdays, and I'm not going to wish like 3 people per day a happy birthday. So I will write these down. I will try to remember for this month. Matches on Tinder. Barak, how many of these do you come up with yourself? I know you have a database, but how much do you create? Also, hi. On the 23rd, I'm getting married, so that kind of trumps the birthday day. This year? Oh, congratulations. 10% of them? Okay, that's pretty good. I'm glad you didn't say 0%. As long as there's a mix of Mr. Balrog in there, I think that's good. All right, so I do need to try this again. Yeah, wow. Well, congrats. That's definitely great. Hey, Mr. Evil Rex. All right, we're just gonna try this again. Put a red potion over there. We'll make 1 million customers. We'll speed this up by quite a lot, and then we'll just see if any errors show up. There shouldn't be any. This should have hopefully gotten fixed. We'll just keep clicking grant items. Guess add some more workers, add some more customers. Those errors are not to be worried about. This is just saying we don't have unique customers because I'm generating like 50 of them and we only have, I think, 20 graphics. Yeah, seems like it's working. Now, all the ones who want items should eventually leave town. And they should leave town at kind of roughly the same time, too. There goes some of them. The rest should leave, though. Why is it taking them this long? Oh, there they go. Yeah, they're all just flooding outside of town. Maybe they shouldn't reset this until they've actually left town, now that I think about it. Any applications or software in C# that isn't Mac supported? I was thinking of buying a MacBook, but my study does not recommend buying a MacBook. Okay, so nothing that you would need to make C# applications, but the reason why they might say they don't want you having a C# application is maybe they somehow generated some executables specifically for Windows, and they've just got some like Dropbox or something somewhere, and they're like, oh yeah, just go download like example.exe. And you're like, well, can't do anything about that. But otherwise, I don't know. I would probably suggest asking why did they recommend getting, I guess, a Linux or a Windows machine? Also, if it's Linux specifically, I think it'd be a lot easier. If it's Windows, I think you'd have to pay to virtualize Windows. I don't know if there's a free solution for that, or a free legal solution, I should say. I guess there's always a free solution, depending on whether theft is a solution. All right, so this fixes a bug. That's a bug I just introduced, so I guess we're gonna just check it in like that. Why did that not work? Oh, because I never hit that button. All right, so what did I just say? I wanted it that when they leave town, when they actually leave town is when we get rid of this stuff. Yeah. I want customers who desired an item to continue to desire it until they leave town, or continue to show a thought bubble while leaving town. That way the user knows that they missed out on that sale. I'm not even sure why. I just feel like it's a little bit clearer. Yeah, I guess that's it. Because I was going to say, there's nothing you can do about it. They're already leaving town. They're not going to buy that item. They're going to want a different one the next time around anyway. But I don't want it to be that there's a customer over here, let's say, like on this side of town, and it's saying, I want a blue potion, and then it just disappears and continues to walk. Because you won't realize, unless you watch it the whole time, that it's actually walking all the way out of town. So if we now add 1 million customers, let's do this. Oh, wait, we need an item. It's all going to be pointless unless we put an item in there. All right, there we go. And then we wait a little bit of time. They should start to want green potions and now blue potions. Yeah. And then we just keep waiting. They'll eventually leave. And I think it'll take 24 seconds. So it's not a short amount of time. But what we should see is a character go past this spot right here with a thought bubble. And as long as we see that, then it means I coded this correctly. I just don't know how long it's going to take. There we go. Yeah, cool. So just going to walk right off the screen. And then when they come back, they don't have that thought bubble and they might want a different item. Very cool. Free and reinstantiate customers when they leave town. So it's not always the same two that show up at the beginning. No, I want them to be the same customers. I wanted you to get used to what those customers look like. It's just another visual indicator of like, oh yeah, that's not my adventurer. Because that's one of the points of confusion we had in the original checkpoints was if you would just look at these characters, you wouldn't know if you're a new player, which ones are yours and which ones are customers. Like that one looks kind of like it's a warrior maybe. Well, they're behind this one. The one in the red armor though. But they're not. They're actually just a customer. So I think if you always saw this person's buying items, you'd be like, oh, okay, they're a customer. Getting some Roller Coaster Tycoon vibes. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be this busy in the town. Although it could be. But if it is, I think we'd want to have more paths. But yeah, very cool. All right, so now let's get these customer wants satisfied. They're going to put a bunch of green potions here, and everyone who wants a green potion should just dart for this thing. Yeah, and then you'll see the thought bubbles disappear. They fade out. Looks good. We're going to satisfy all of the demand. Perfect. Actually, not everyone who wanted a green potion got it. Because these customers are greedy. Oh my god, they're just like a non-stop buying swarm. Is there a bug here? Maybe there's a bug. I think there is a bug. Yeah, I think there might be. Saw chat moving, but I wasn't online. Weird. Yeah, well, welcome back, Thals. What's the end goal for this game? So, I don't know if you know the storyline of the game. But let me share the storyline with you really quickly. All right, it's right here. In short, you wanted to be an adventurer and you died because you couldn't get an antidote and you came back as a skeleton. So the end goal of the game is to sell an antidote, which is like This is probably the only game in the world where that's the end goal. And that's it. Then you beat that and you see an end cutscene and that's it. You've beaten the game. Yeah, I think we messed something up over here. This removes the thought bubble, but it doesn't remove the... Oh, what's this? Possibly null value. Oh, man. Yeah, this was probably a mistake. This is like delete the desired item. And I guess every time we set the desired item to null, we also want to clear out the thought bubble. Is that correct? Yes. So let's go do that. Public void reset desired item. All right, so set it to null and also remove, it should know what I want to do, yeah. Perfect. Now we do that in both of these places because this was definitely a bug. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Just pressing keys. There we go. All right, remove component, thought bubble component. There. Okay, that should fix this. And let's just amend the last commit again. That can't be right. Spoilers. There's so much work left to do. Hey, unknown. Why is it still highlighting this? I think this is just a problem with needing to reload the window. Is it going to be yellow highlighted? We got to wait until everything turns yellow. Come on. Come on, VS Code. You can do it. It's not changing it. That's weird. Should change a lot of these. Yeah, there it goes. I was going to say, none of the functions should look completely red. But yeah, there's no more underscore. So I think we're good. How goes the skeleton? It's going well. I'll show you what we just did because I need to test this anyway. There we go. There. Okay, so we now have customer wants in the game. It's based on any items you've found. So if I've only found the yellow potion, for example, and then I make 1 million customers, then the only ones with desires will be the ones who want a yellow potion. So you should see above at least one of these at some point that they spawn a thought bubble. None of them are going to do it. They're all making a fool out of me. It's a 5% chance every so often. So it's a very low chance, and it's pretty rare that they even get to roll that chance. Yeah, there we go. I think this one now wants a red potion. And it won't buy anything else. And eventually the other customers should get this sort of thing too. Yeah, you see them popping up. So yeah, what engine am I using? I'm using Godot. Also hi CMJ. Do they only buy what they want in the bubble? Yes. That's why there's only like a 5% chance that it happens. And then if after 3 minutes they haven't seen the item they want, they leave and that resets what they want. Hey, Half. So all in all, I really, really like this system. I think this is working great. We just need to now complement it by making a tipping system. So it's not just, I want this item. It's, I want this item and I'm willing to pay 400 times the price for it. So randomize which item is found. Yeah, this is a pretty minor change. Well, let's go do it. I don't want all customers to find the same item. So instead what we need to do is get build items display dot where item display dot item dot ID equals entity dot desired item. Wait, why am I doing this? This is not smart. What I really want is var desired item displays equals this dot to list. Why won't it let me? Oh, there it is. And then just get a random one. If filled item displays dot count is greater than 0, then do this. And get a random one now. Item display desired. Actually, we could just do it this way. Desired dot sample. Got it. Delete. Cool. Done any unit tests on your game, or are you going to do that closer to release? Yeah, pretty much closer to release. I just made a command for this, and I'll just paste it in the YouTube chat. Although hopefully it doesn't fit. Why I hate this stuff. All right, anyway, here's a link to the command. YouTube only allows 200 characters, and this is a 296, so it doesn't work. Prefer C# versus GDScript? Yeah, I prefer C#. I think I have a command for that too. C#. Ah, there we go. Why C#? Yeah. Take a look at that. Or actually, I could just type it in the... Maybe I should make a why not GDScript. Acom why not GDScript. Or alias, I guess. Oh, it slows down sales in the beginning of the game. Therefore, you got to spend gold in the town hall. Is that the thinking? It won't slow down the beginning of the game because, not even because of the 5% chance. It could actually still be a 100% chance and it wouldn't slow it down because they only seek out items you found. And at the very beginning of the game, there might only be a variety of like 3 items. So if they want, if they randomly want an item, the odds of you just naturally already finding it are probably like 50%. And if you didn't naturally find it, then you just go to the one other location, which you are guaranteed to have beaten in the past. So really, what this works out to be is like, hey, see this item? Where did you find this in the past? And then go find it again. And even that's not going to be a memory game. It's going to be probably clarified in the instance list. Nice notes. Oh, this thing? Yeah. This is all Astro. I just export them from Obsidian and put them online. Displayed a bug with the permitted characters in the URL. C# actually just comes out as that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't think there's anything you can do. Oh, no, you can URL encode it. Yeah. Although I was just copying out of the browser should URL encode it, right? Oh, but you might have actually had a sharp character. Okay, I should probably URL encode it then. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna fix that, but I might as well write it down. For a.bot.land, searches including a # should be URL encoded so that you can copy and paste them. Not a big deal either way. Whoops. All right. So have we done this? We get the filled item displays. If there are any, get all the ones that are desired, and then just pick a random one. Yeah. So I'm going to write that down. Pick a random item display so that all customers, I guess not all customers wanting the same item will choose the same target. It's very minor, like so minor that it probably doesn't even really matter. So how do we test this now? Actually, this would be kind of fun to test because the way we set this up is we grant most things, turn on auto battle, like fully level up a character. I'm just gonna put points in random stuff. It might not even be adding damage, but whatever. Just clicking, and we need one more, this one. Sure, there. And now we start a battle with the rogue in the forest, the mage in the forest, and the archer in the forest. And then we auto battle with all of them. That way we only find small green potions. And then we just go make 1,000,000 customers. So now they should all only want, or small blue potions, I think is a green. There. Probably added enough of those. Yep, small blue potion. Do you get it? You don't, because I don't have enough workers. Well, we'll fix that problem. I think it's working, but it's just too hard to tell. Because there are too many customers. Oh, that one got one. I want this one to get one. Go, go, buy it. I missed it. Oh, man. Yeah. I guess I could just force win a bunch of battles. Anyway, I think it's working. There are too many. Yeah, let's just grant a bunch of items. Looks like something's breaking. Yeah, something is breaking. Index is out of range. Should transition to buy item. That means the code I just added is breaking. Line 87, sample 10. Oh, there might not be any desired items. Oh, yeah, of course. Desired item that count is greater than 0. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, that fixes it. Doesn't URL encode brackets? It probably doesn't URL encode the hash because I think Google started adding it to search queries from Google. So if you copy paste it to somebody else, you probably want to highlight the same things on the page. It's just my guess of why they did things that way. I should really test this before just concluding that it works, although I do assume that it works. Unfortunately, we have to go recreate that scenario. I should really make like an add 1,000,000 customers thing. Should return true if there are no desired items? No, it shouldn't. It's a good thing you mentioned that, to the point where I am definitely giving you a point for that. All right, well then I guess we're testing something that's silly right now. Let's do it this way. Let's go into here and just create 1,000,000,000 customers for in I equals 0. I is less than 50. Sure. Create customers. And now we don't have to click the button 50 times. But they won't want anything until I put an item here. And there we go. So now let's watch. 1. Any others? Actually, there could be multiple stacked on top of that. They each want one, and it'd be practically impossible to tell. They'll all eventually want stuff, though. Yeah. And it's not breaking, is it? No. This bug is, well, it's not even a bug. It's just saying that there are non-unique customers that exist now. Not an issue. Grant most things, build. Speed up a little bit more. They should eventually want stuff that's not just potions. Yep, I'm starting to see it. There's a cloak, there's a cane. That's it. Then just potions. Let's get that person a cloak. Don't buy it. No. All right, well, there's no controlling that yet. So we fixed that bug. Randomized desired item display. It used to be that 2 customers wanting the same item would always target the same item display. Same specific item. Let's target the same item display. Yeah. Okay, done. Next, code the tipping system. Do we have that written down? Do I have that written down? Tip. Ah, here it is. They have a specific item they desire. They should pay more for that item. Think of how to render this to make it clear you're getting extra money. The tip should probably be pretty large. The tip should be based on the most valuable item you've sold so far. It's already above the average. Just multiply by 1.5. More prone to wander around that shop. I could do that if we want to be nice. Yeah, we would just have to modify this. Where's the wander stuff? Yeah, here, wander to location. We could just change it so that maybe 50% of the time they wander to the store that sells the item. I'll add that as a polish thing, but I'm not going to do that now. For seek specific item, maybe there's like a 40% chance, an extra 40% chance that they wander directly to the shop that sells the item they want. Yeah. Okay, so tipping. Tipping is easy enough to do because right here, we figure out the value of the item and then we modify your money. So what we would do is if you desired this item, then we could just add something to the value. So easy enough to figure out, but then how do we render it? This modify money at position just says plus whatever. I guess we want it to be a tip. So maybe say like bool float, or no, float, bool tip value equals 0. And if there's a tip, we render something different. What did I say? Plus 2G tip. Yeah, string text equals. Okay, question. Suppose the item costs 5 and your character tips 3. Do we say plus 5G plus 3G tip, or do we say plus 8G? Like that. Option A, option B. What do people like better? Or maybe like A prime would be plus 5G and no, I don't like and. I don't know. You like option A? I'm not sure it's clear either way, to be honest. All right, well, we have 1 vote for A and 1 vote for B. What do I like better? I guess for cheap items, you will see a very large tip. So the tip will actually exceed this. And it'll say like plus 300G tip. I feel certain for A. Okay. All right, sure. Let's do that. So I'll put a plus here. In different colors. I'm not going to do that just yet because, wait, unless this is a, yeah, this is a rich text label, so I guess we could. Although I'm assuming this is created. No, this has no color there. Interesting. Let's start with this and see how this goes. So modify money at position. This is buy item. We're going to say float tip equals get tip. Private float get tip return 5. Perfect. Now tip colon that, and then what is the name of this? Money source? What? Tip value? Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing I broke something here. No, this is literally the only place this is ever called. Okay, fine. All right, let's try that. All we're gonna see here is just that this renders, even for the cheapo sales, as +3, +5. So if I just start a battle, click win, and then they deposit the potion over there, make customers move a little faster. There they go. Just you hold on. They're gonna go buy this item, even though they don't know they want it. All right, so here's what it renders as. Kevin, if we were to have different colors, what would you recommend? I think the +3G being in green makes sense, but then this, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Or actually, someone did suggest, actually, it was you, Kevin, suggested just calling modify twice. We could have like a 3G pop up and then a tip value pop up as well. A tip another value pops up separately. Yeah. Can the +5G be pushed up a bit? Probably, yeah. I think we can probably do like a superscript kind of thing. Rich text label. Is there a superscript? Oh, wait. Oh, I don't have it set to BB code. I expect it to just be sup. I don't know. BB code superscript. It is sup. Gold yellow. Good contrast on the background. I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking of testing just having two values pop up. Tangled tags, P, font, drop cap. I don't see superscript here. No, yeah, I don't think it's possible. Well, not out of the box, and I'm not going to code something special for this. Pulse, what? Is this a thing? Custom effect made in GDScript? Oh, I didn't realize it was easy to do this stuff. What? Really? Each effect takes place and it's called once per glyph. Interesting. Yeah, you can just probably change the coordinates of it then, huh? Oh, I guess you'd also need to change the font size. It's probably not worth doing any of this. Yeah, so what if we were to spawn two of these, I guess? So we'd have a modify a position. This just tells you how much money you got. I guess we need to have like just a bool is tip at that point. So it'd say like +5G and another thing would pop out and say +3G tip. I don't know. I don't want to put a lot of thought into this. I think we're just going to leave it as is for now. It'll just look like this, and that's good enough. Maybe we do color it differently, but that's the only thing I want to do. Color equals gold. I don't know if that's even a color you can use, so let's just copy this. Color equals green +5G. Color equals gold +3G tip. Yeah. So that's what it would look like. I don't know. I don't want to think about this. I don't know if this is good or bad. Yeah. Reminds me of a different kind of value popping in League of Legends, like 70 and then crit popping up for another 50. Is that a total of 8? It would be a total of 8, yeah. Just shows the higher amount they paid, but in a bolder font. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that idea. So we would have this. This would say +8G, and then we'd have a bold. Oh, bold doesn't work with our font because of those stupid things. We need to change fonts if we do that. I like the gold. I guess it stands out. I guess I like that part of it. Fine, let's do it. But can we even do it? Or are there colors built into this? Color. Set color of the text. Why do we do this? It's a rich text label. Why doesn't the color just set the color of the text? Oh, this is gonna be a mess. All right, well, it says colors.green. I mean, I guess we could just code this. Color equals green. And then duplicate this part. My God, we don't even need this. What am I doing? Who cares? Just delete this. Yeah, all right, let's try that. I did mention something about critical purchases. Those would be separate from tips. All right, so we grant items, we make the customers walk faster. And now here's what it looks like. Perfect, right? This isn't a BB code apparently. A floating text. Oh, it's not even a rich text label, just a label. Well, that sucks. I mean, we could make it a rich text label. It's probably going to lose the shadow. It did not. Why did it get bigger though? I'm confused. What did this look like just before I changed things and was an idiot? Don't save. Let's look at that again. It was centered. That's what it looked like. Yeah, disable auto wrap. God, I need Kevin to tell me that every single time. Rich text label, BB code, fit content, disable auto wrap. And then we want to center this still. It was anchored before this. I guess just set this to center. Is that it? We're done? I see an issue with the code. What's the issue? Let me know, Double Rainbow. All right, we're going to try this one more time. Text goes here. It probably can't find the label anymore because I didn't change floating text to find a rich text label. It just finds a label. So this and this, rich text label. When it starts spinning around and yeets straight out of the screen. So it says like put 3D glasses on now and then renders it in red and blue. I think that could work. All right, it's a different color, but it's not gold. And I'm guessing it's because we set the text color. I didn't even realize this was a thing. I guess because it's modulating the gold. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, so we need to set this to white. That'll probably work. And then we set the color here to green. Now we duplicate that and this and this. This was not supposed to take this long. Oh man. Yeah, it worked. All right, we happy with this? I'm happy enough. That's fine. If you're going to color the text with BB code, then specify colors.white for this. Good. Can the tip ever be 0? No, because if the tip is 0, then it'll render a different text altogether. Actually, the tip should probably be an integer, right? Why would I make this a floating point value? This isn't even gonna work. These add in the tip value. Yeah. All right. It can be an int. I think it's fine. All right. Now let's go figure out what the tip should be over here. So floats turn to ints. Yeah, you can post a link. Sure. All right. So the way I want to calculate a tip is get the value of the most valuable item you've found and then set the tip to be, or I guess like set the total to be 1.5x that value, a minimum of 3x the value of the current item. No, that's probably stupid. That's probably really stupid. No, I don't like this. A minimum of 15G. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Oh, what an adorable cat. Why can't I? There we go. It is cat. $1.5x that value, a minimum of 15G. But the tip is based on the item that you got. So I guess display item. Maybe we should just say value by price tip. Yeah. Okay, I think I want to do it this way. Int by amount and tip. Does that make sense? Sure it does. By amount and tip. All right, most valuable item you've found. First of all, that's only if it's a desired item anyway. Tip amount is tip, yep. So if you didn't desire this item, then we just don't do anything special. If entity.desired item, oh, we got to take any display item is not equal to item ID, then just return item dot value. Cool. This is like the Hunter 2 thing. Whatever you paste in is, we're all going to see our own things anyway. But yeah, for me, what you copy pasted is the same. It just shows up as the emoji for me. I'm guessing you see a box character or something, which means your font doesn't render that character. All right, the most valuable item you've found. How do we figure that out? We need to get every shop and then get all of the scene items. Scene items. I should just make a function out of this, huh? Scene item IDs dot union with. Here it is. There is a shop functions thing. I'm just gonna make it here. Public static hash set item ID. Get all scene items. Looks good, right? We don't need this. And we do need this. And then return it. Cool. So now we can use this from the other place that we do this here. Town dot get all scene items. That's not even a thing. It's in shop functions. Delete, 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 delete. Not too shabby. And now we want to use this from buy item as well. I guess it's pretty much the same thing that we had here, huh? We're getting there. We are getting there. Most valuable item. Yeah, that'll work. Now return math dot min 15. This times 1.5. Problem is this needs to be math.ceilinged and then an integer value of that. And then what? This is also going to complain this is not an integer. Oh, whoops. No, that's just that's the total amount. Int total value equals that. Now return that. Perfect. No, whoops. Wrong. There. All right, now we should test it out. We should also make some game constants out of these things. All right, so public const int minimum purchase price of desired item equals 15. And public const float desired item price multiplier. Now we put those things in here. Game constants dot that. And the multiplier. Good. In total value, I think yeah, that's fine. Not sure. I'm only aware that BGTV has some emotes that regular chat can't see. Claimed it as an emote. Just a random circle. Weird. Yeah. Probably math.max. Yes. Probably math.max. I would realize that pretty soon, I think. In your free time, what games do you play? So I mentioned I have a game night with some friends, and we were playing the finals until one friend ended up taking a trip and now only has access to a Linux laptop, and we were playing Ember Knights in the meantime. And then in like solo time, Nonogram's Katana, which is a mobile game. I play that a ton. And then a few Switch games kind of here and there. I started Echoes of Wisdom, but I haven't finished it. I started Pikmin 4, but I haven't finished it. And I started Super Mario Wonder and played for like an hour. But it seems like it's going to be good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I played a little bit of Diablo 2 in the meantime between those things, but I stopped playing that. Although there is a mod called Diablo 2 Reimagined that looks really, really good. Been playing Thronefall. Let me look that up. Thronefall. I think I saw... No, never mind. I was gonna say I think I saw the developer's YouTube channel for this, but I don't recognize the game. Anyway, seems cool. Yeah. I got it set up on my PC. That looks involved. Do you do the big nonograms? I try to just kind of cap out at like 50 by 50. The 80 by 80 ones just kind of suck to do on a phone. They're just, you're fighting the UI more than you're actually solving a puzzle. Yeah, anyway, those are the games I've been playing. I want to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I might try going back to Tears of the Kingdom at some point. I already beat it, but I might enjoy playing it some more. What am I still trying to do here? I guess nothing. I guess we're just going to run this and see what happens. All right, so we got a couple things to test. One, do items tip always, or sorry, do customers always tip? They should not. They should just buy things for the regular price. Two, when they do buy something, is there a minimum amount? So I'm going to put this blue item over here, and we're going to increase the speed. And they should just buy it for 16. Good. Now I want to find out what happens when a customer wants something. So let's just speed this up until they want something. Wow, that customer already left. All right, they can only want the blue potion. So we're just waiting for them to show up with a blue potion. That person left again. This is the problem with the 5% chance. All right, let's add one more customer. The problem is that I will only get, oh, there we go. So many blue potions. Okay, cool. Now we're going to grant an item. And normally this would have sold for, I can't take it. I can't take the blue potion. No. There's nowhere to grab it. There's one up there. Oh, no. Okay, fine. We'll just try that again. All right, that time I got a blue potion. So now where's the person who wants a blue potion? There they are. We need to let them get the item. So normally this would have sold for 16. But now it should sell for 1.5 times that, so 24. So it should show 16 plus 8G tip. Nice, that worked. Or well, sorry, 24, that's wrong, I think. I think that's wrong. What am I doing? Buy item, buy amount. Buy amount is there. Item value. How did it show 24? What? Maybe this function is doing this? Oh, yeah. Total is amount. Okay, yeah, this should just say amount. Wait. What? What does this do? Bonus percent. Oh my God. This is so complicated. Yeah, this is complicated. There's an ability in the game that I forgot, which is this one. Item sales are worth more. Should this affect your tip as well? Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah, I think so. If you get plus 100% item sales, I think you wouldn't want the tip to be some sucky small amount. Yeah, so we got to modify each of these. Long total. I guess this should have also been a long. These should all be longs. Doesn't that mean item values should be longs as well? Here, they're ints. All right, I'm changing this to a long. I don't think we'll ever have any values that are that much, but you never know. So the way we need to change this then, there's the base amount. So this is the modified amount. Although at that point, who cares? Let's just set that it's the amount. And same thing with the tip value. And then we just modify these things. Okay, so what are the tests we need to run? Customer desires an item worth less than 15G, sells for 15G total. Is that going to work? Yeah, they're going to tip the rest of the money. Yeah. Okay, so that's one thing we got to test. The other thing we need to test is customer doesn't desire the item, sells for the normal amount. Customer desires an item worth, I guess, greater than 15 gold, sells for 1.5 times the value. And what was the last thing that we just coded right there? Oh yeah, you have shiny loot. The tip should be affected. Set up to automate these scenarios for testing. Yeah. I mean, that's, we have the general structure for it. Okay, so where we make the alchemist, shouldn't be called the alchemist anymore. We're going to say scene items. Oh no, get shop component, ECS.get component, shop component, alchemist, scene items. Add the small blue potion. And maybe let's have customers move faster by default. So instead of a range of 40 to 45, let's just multiply by 3. Sick of waiting around for that. They can just sprint all over the place. I should probably have taken a break. Also, I have a hard stop in 3 hours. Actually, probably 2 hours. Cannot implicitly convert from long to int. Strange. Because this isn't a long? Is that a thing? Use literal suffix notation? Is L the suffix? Cannot convert type long to int. I'm still confused about what's going on right now. C# long suffix. Is it a lowercase l? No, it's a capital L. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, maybe I'm not doing anything wrong. Maybe it's just that I need to rebuild. I don't think okay, I didn't realize you were focusing on the scripting part. I don't think we need to script this stuff. I think we can do it in C#. Because I don't want to add some like extra layer to this. Who did I interview? Write a description instead of just a name. I think you'll need to just watch the interview. How do I find that for you? Did somebody take a clip? Clips. No clips were created in the past 7 days? I find that hard to believe. What? What's going on, Twitch? Clips of my channel. Oh, maybe people really aren't taking clips. Huh, okay, well, never mind. I don't have a clip. Yeah, I'll just go back in the VOD and check it out. I can get you the VOD at least. There you go. All right, let's test this stuff. So we're going to win the first instance, done, and then a customer is going to buy this item and it should sell for 3 unless they desire it, which they can't because there were no items. So it should sell for 3. They go in, they buy it for 3. Great. Now we wait for them to desire an item. Really should have made it a higher percent. Yep, really should have made it higher. All right, let's spawn another customer in. Someone's going to want a blue potion pretty soon. Come on. Oh, there we go. All right, now we just got to make sure that they're the one that gets the item. They are not. Get it, 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 get it. Turn around, you idiot. Please. Please. Just go buy this item. They're running over there, but they're not going to be the first. Oh, they're going to make it that time. Okay, cool. They should pay 15. Perfect. 3 plus 12 gold tip. All right, now we're going to make them want a more expensive item, such as this green potion. Now add some workers, add some customers. So in the green potion cells, normally it was worth what, 16? So one of these will hopefully eventually want the green potion. Maybe I should just do this. Oh, that one wants a red potion. If it buys it, we can test it out. Nice. 14 plus 7. Was that right? I don't even know. All item data. What? Large red potion? Red potion? What is that thing called? Big life potion. Okay, we probably should rename that. Value is 14. Yeah, so that was good. So it sold for 21. Okay, now let's test out what happens. Oh, actually, even the small blue potions should sell for that much now. Oh, we don't have a way of testing that, do we? We need to just hope that someone wants a small blue potion. And nobody does. I'm just waiting for it. It's not gonna happen, is it? I should probably increase this from 5%, just even for regular players. Yeah. It's just very rare. No, that one wants one. Okay, perfect. Let's go get them their blue potion. Go, go, go. That one has to get it. It didn't get it. You gotta be kidding me. I need them to get just blue potions. Just go into battle, win a bunch of times, get all the blue potions you can hold. Because they should buy it for a minimum of like 14 or something. That right there, they bought it for 24. So I guess that was the most expensive item we had, was something worth 16. Yeah. Saying they could allow us to do random stuff from within the game, like some kind of console. Yeah, I see. But we could still do that with C# and just have a script, like a command processor. But either way, we don't have that need yet, the random stuff from the game. I guess it could help for things like this, where I'm like, hey, I want to change something without restarting the whole game. Who is Thels with hat? It's pretty much just an inside joke, I guess. Thels kept commenting on how he was going to make some alternate persona in chat. His name, what is going on? Hang on a second. Yeah, his name was originally Thels, and on the day that he said he was going to have an alternate persona, he had changed his name to Thels with a hat. And I asked him about it. It turns out he doesn't even own a hat. What's with the battle text? Did it change colors? Oh, it got bigger? Yeah, I got to fix that. That's the change I just made to floating text. And clearly it doesn't work. I think we just need to center this. So that when this gets bigger... Wait, not like that. Oh, whatever. Anyway, yes, we need to center it. All right, shiny loot time. Let's try that. So we increase the sale amount. Now these things are selling for 4 gold. And if someone actually wants one, it's sold for 31. Yeah, it's working. Perfect. Need to center it in the method. Yeah. Create floating text. Where do we set its text? Here. All right, we can put this like this and write center in both of these. That'll hopefully work. Yeah, we have gold tips. Customers who desire an item are willing to pay lots of money for it. Potentially too much money for it. Does that fix battles? No, it's gigantic. I don't think they should be that size. Did I change the font size? I had a picture of what that used to look like. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this used to be. I think the font size is bigger. What happened? Font size was set to 14. Okay, that's the problem. We need to set this back to 14. Normal. 14. Now it's not centered. Although I guess that's not a problem with this. Yeah, I guess it's not a problem. Let's try it out. So battles should look the same. By the way, thanks for noticing that, Dark. Because I wasn't paying attention to the battles at all. Is this what it used to be? I think so. I think so. Where's the rogue? Oh, weird. The mage didn't actually end up in a battle. Didn't notice anything about the font size. I mean, even the text offset I hadn't noticed. And I think this is the right font size. I don't know. It might not be exactly the same. But all the text still looks fine, right? Like the word stealth over here. Why is the rogue taking so much damage? What? That can't be right, could it? The bat's doing like 10 damage. I guess they always did. Just seemed like they were dying. Maybe I started the battle too soon. How long does it take for them to go from full life? Or not how long does it take? How many hits do they take? Oh, they take like 40%. Interesting. All right, well, I think we've tested everything out. Let's just double check. We did this, we did this, we did that, and we did that. Yeah, cool. Wow, that was a more involved change than I thought, just to get tipping working. We changed item values to be a long. Oh, that should not be checked in. Rich text label. Added the tip stuff. Okay, so the only thing I think I want to comment on, first of all, get all scene items should be used in 2 places. Perfect. This should have a comment here. Turns the base amount and tip value that a customer will pay for an item. Customers tip for desired items. When they desire a specific item and buy it, the tip amount, I guess from a game design perspective, satisfying customers' desire for a specific item should always be something the player is incentivized to do. As a result, we base the total amount that a customer is willing to pay on the most valuable items they see in the shop. That way, even a 3G potion can be sold for like 500 gold if that's the late in the game or later in the game. Is much better in GitHub desktop. Do you know why that is? Because I was going to say, one of the things, like scrolling through here seems clear enough to me. What some people like is, I don't even know what this is. Here, maybe? I don't know what I'm doing. Some people like inline diffs. And I just don't remember where you click to do that. I don't know how you change that. Anyway, I don't tend to mind this view. The other thing that's nice about doing it here is I could just make these changes immediately. Although maybe GitHub Desktop has that too. 3 dots was the first option. My mouse is covering it a little bit. Yeah, so maybe you like doing something like this, where you can see the changes in line. Or are the changes? Yeah. In which case, you can still do that in Visual Studio Code. Make customers tip for desired items. There were 2 changes I needed to make here to support this. Item values are now longs, not ints. And floating text is backed by rich text label, not label. Customers tip based on the most valuable item that your shops have seen. Yeah. I already looked through this, but let me just take a look one more time. I don't think there's anything weird. Yeah, looks good. The only thing is that this function looks longer than it probably should be. Kind of like beyond compare. I prefer the single diff because split diffs make it harder to read. I like the split diffs. I think I like the inline diffs in very specific cases, but even on GitHub, I use the split ones. Also, GitHub has some pretty cool image comparison tools. Hey, Trisket. Why is money along anyway? In case it could get to be a very, very large value, which you never know with these kinds of games. And I think it's easier to search for a long than it is an int because you very rarely use long otherwise. And we're already using longs for like everything anyway. Yeah, all of our long stuff in here is for money. Okay, commit. We have our customer tipping system. Oh. Okay, so done, 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 and we haven't technically done this. It's not hard to do, but we don't have an ellipsis. I guess we'll just add that as polish for later. Yeah, I'll just delete that for now. Expect to have a crazy end game with tons of money. I'd still like to avoid it. And I guess if you do end up using the sort of inhuman numbers like this, that you could just increase it to 40 or to 43 and it's not going to really make any difference. But still, if you make your largest numbers in the game like 5,000, 7,000, then going up to 50,000 is not unreasonable. But if you make your largest numbers like 50 million, then going up to 50 billion means you just need so many more zeros, or you start needing scientific notation or these prefixes or suffixes. I mean, yeah, 1Q. I don't want that. Saw that percent search for the first time. Yeah, Rifted, it's great. It's somewhat new. It was added, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. But yeah, when you search for something like label, you can just see the results immediately. You can press tab and enter and go back to what you're used to. And you can still open it in editor and go back to this view where you can go through the results and actually just delete them from here if you want to. So be like, oh, I don't want to look at this file, and just bam, it's gone. Because sometimes you need to search within your search results. So for example, you search for label like I just did, and then you're like, well, wait, what are the labels that have the word, I don't know, name in them? And now you search for name in those search results. I think it can be nice. Or my own deployment pipeline using PHP and RabbitMQ. Most people think PHP is just used for the web. Also a powerful terminal tool. Yeah, I think people's perception, of PHP has changed a lot with Laravel, but there's still some people who are just like, PHP is a tool you should never touch. And also I think the whole like web, whatever we're calling it now, like 2.0, 5.0, I don't know what. I think the whole movement of switching to things with like a very JavaScript and TypeScript sort of centric way of looking at things, I think this happened. And isomorphic JavaScript too, so people use it on the server and the client. Okay, so what's next? Make rare customers. Do we have time to do this? I don't even know. I wanted to get done with all this stuff today, but man, this is just, it's just such a beefy task. I mean, look at how many of these checkboxes we've already filled in. And I've been working on this for what, 2 days? So rare customers, what would it take to get that? They move faster. They buy everything. It's pretty much their logic, right? Man, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do for this, because there are going to be a lot of states that are the same, but not all of them. Let's look at the states to begin with. I really should work on this, but still, let's see. Outside of town should be exactly the same, right? No, it shouldn't be, because they don't enter based on a timer. They enter because someone summoned them there. The town summoned them there. Okay, let's write this down. Rare customers outside of town. This would do nothing, right? Yeah, it would literally do nothing. This would do nothing whatsoever. some other, the town would have to force a transition out of this into another state, which is probably not a good idea to even have the customer exist then. Yeah, maybe this shouldn't exist. As a result, perhaps we just delete the customer when they are not in town. Yeah, I like that idea. We'll just create rare customers on the fly. Will this cause a problem? Should rare customers be affected by your town hall? Rare customers should already move faster. I don't want them zipping around like they're lightning. Maybe they have a limit. Maybe it's like you can affect rare customers too, and they can move 100% faster, but not faster than like 200 pixels per second. Because if we build the town hall, the maximum you can get is what, 120% faster, which puts them at 100 pixels per second. So now everyone should be moving at the same speed in town, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know where the customers are. There they are. Yeah, they should be moving at the same speed as the adventurers, and it looks like that's the case. I don't see any speed difference there. Well, they stop every once in a while, but beyond that, they move at the same speed. So rare customers should probably move 50% faster than regular customers. Maybe 100%. How come the term source stayed for code? Source code, source control, open source. I don't know what the story behind that is. Maybe it's because a lot of times originally you're writing assembly, which looks like code, and then gets turned into zeros and ones, which is definitely looking like code. So you'd say the source code, but now we're practically writing English into editors. That's not good. No, that's not bad. Oh, okay. Town hall sign. You just can't click grant most things after getting the town hall. Compile the code, object code. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was on the right train of thought, I guess. So outside of town wouldn't exist. What's the next state? Leave town. Leave town could be exactly the same, except for once they've left, it deletes the customer. Same as a regular customer, but once they've left, it deletes the customer. Okay, what next? Wander. I don't think there would be a wander. I think you would just immediately go to any item you have in your town. Oh, but there might not be items. What if, okay, how about, here's a question I have. So rare customers are there to buy everything and possibly even pay more for that stuff. What should they do when you don't have any items? Option A is stick around for a bit, and option B is leave. So let's say you made them leave. That would mean that your town is expected to manage all the items coming in and that you're not losing any due to disappearances. I just don't think this is going to feel good. Yeah, because if you look at it from a game design perspective, why does a player want rare customers? And it's either more sales or more money per sale if the rare customers pay more. And this isn't needed if the item selling throughput is already high enough that your workers need more to do. But I guess that's the tension as the game balance. That's what that needs to solve. So we need to set it up so that you aren't able to sell all of the items you get. Are they basically whales? They are basically whales. In fact, it'd be funny to have a rare customer that just was a whale that was like flopping around on ground. It's probably really stupid, but I'm going to write it down anyway. Yeah. Rare customer idea. A whale that's flopping around on the ground. It pays tons of money for maybe just a single item. Or maybe there's a special item that... Nah, I'm not going to do that yet. Let's leave it at that. So from a balance perspective, we'd have to increase this tension and make it so that you're not expected to sell all of the items you find. Players would almost certainly find this frustrating based on the feedback I already got. You know how many people, so those who haven't seen this, and I can't share the individual responses because they might contain some personal information, but we got 28 responses from the feedback form in the game. So you open up the game, you press escape, you click provide feedback, and it opens this form. And many of these responses, which like I said, I can't share them with you, but many of the responses said, I don't like that items disappear faster than I can handle them. And given how many people said that, I think it's a player expectation versus a game design expectation. Players want to be able to handle all of the items they get. And they probably assume that if they're getting, let's say, 10 items per minute, that, well, if I'm getting it and I didn't do anything special, why doesn't the game let me handle 10 items per minute? Rare whale will buy. No, that's what I was thinking, Schrodinger. Something like there's an item that only the whale buys, but then I thought, what if you save your game and load, and now you have this krill in the shop and you can't do anything about it? That pie chart looks like a Pepsi logo. Let me see. This, I don't know what this looks like outside of Dark Reader. No, it's still red and blue. Yeah. The money cap will help with that expectation. Yeah, but it's like, well, what's the point of rare customers then? Maybe, okay, well, I guess there were two reasons. One is more sales, which maybe you don't need, and the other is more money per sale, which you almost always would need. Yeah, maybe they are just regular customers. They look different. They move faster. And they pay more money. That's actually pretty smart because then we don't have to code anything extra. Yeah, so what if rare customers were just regular customers that moved faster, paid more, paid X% more per item, maybe up to a limit. And what was the last thing? And looked different, looked unique. Is that still fun? I think so. Maybe they even have a stronger desire to buy. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. We could just tweak some parameters of regular customers. We don't need to make a whole new system. Originally, I wanted them to act differently, and they could still act differently this way. Maybe they have a 0% chance to idle, for example. But yeah, this is much smarter. I'm going to write this in the design doc. Yeah, I don't think this is... Oh, and this is true, I guess. Yeah, also have different spawn logic. Have different spawn logic. Yeah, okay. Rare customer. So originally I had a whole separate state machine planned, but I don't think it's worth the coding / maintenance effort. Instead, I think rare customers should just be regular customers that have that move faster, pay X% more, look different, have different spawn logic. Yeah, let's copy this into here. Paste markdown. Change bullet type. Oh. Oh man, it's so hard to double click that. Yeah, so the town can spawn them. rather than having a timer within the customer state machine. There could also be hidden percentages, e.g. chance to enter idle state, that rare customers could influence. Yeah. I like this idea a lot. Save some features for the expansion. The only way an expansion would happen is if the base game does well enough. I don't even know what that would have to be. Like, let's say the game made $500,000. I'm just making up numbers. I have no idea how realistic this is. Then I think an expansion could be on the table, mobile version could be on the table, those sorts of things. But now let's say the game makes $10,000. I'm probably not going to be spending more time developing it. Well, I think there are two things you can do. One is fix user feedback or fix things based on user feedback. And the other is market more. If you're getting feedback saying, oh, this game would be fun if X happened, then okay, fine, go do X. But if people are just like, yeah, the game's great, I love it, then I guess there's just marketing more. I guess one of the nice things is if your game is getting all positive feedback, then it behooves Steam to put it in front of more eyes because it could be more sales. So maybe this case doesn't even really exist, that you have a killer game and that you somehow end up at just $10,000 of sales. Anyway, still no idea what to expect from any of this stuff. But yeah, I'm glad we planned a little bit more with rare customers. Make them just customers. Different spawn logic, looks, movement speed, and a payment bonus. Maybe it's a random roll. Probably just delete them when they leave town, though. Could be a different state machine. Could just be booleans inside the state machine. Yeah, I think we make it like is rare. Add is rare to the customer. That way states can query it. Yeah, rare customer component. Yeah, I was thinking of just putting a boolean in the customer. Okay, it's about time I took a break. I want to prioritize breaks again, and I haven't been. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get back, and we're going to work on this for at most an hour. And if it's not done, then I guess I just save it for the weekend or for Monday. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Remember those in Twitch chat can type join. I'll be back in a little bit. And see you, potato. already. Close the game. What happened, Rensu? I hit the brick and fell down? I want to see what you're talking about. Where is it? Oh, there. Oh, man, that sucks. Right here, you hit a brick off screen. Oh, too bad. I gotta say, as someone who doesn't play the game, I just crack up when I see that stuff happen. It's just so fun. RRR the movie. I don't know what that is. Stuck. I'm stuck. Just trying to take off the hoodie without messing up my sleeves. Which I guess I did a pretty good job. This like sickly green hue on me because of presumably the green screen. Yeah. All right, so let's go start this. Customer. I'm gonna put this in public bool is rare. Get sure set represents whether this is a rare customer. I'll button up with a hoodie. It's only normal because I sort of changed brands years ago. If you look at the Botland VODs, I was streaming with like a t-shirt and hoodie most of the time. And then, yeah, if you just look at any of these thumbnails, let's just click a random one here. See what I look like back in 8 years ago. Yep, just wearing a t-shirt. Anyway, when I switched to Adam Learns, I switched clothing styles as well, but I still get cold, so I wear the Skeleseller hoodie. That's it. It's the only hoodie I'm allowed to wear. All right, so the town should have logic for spawning these, and when they leave, I guess if they transition to outside of town, but in this case, what I want to do is actually just delete the entity altogether. Entity.queue free. This won't even work. Or at least if it does work, it's not smart to do. Create customer. How do we do this? Customers.add. What is this? A collection. Yeah. So we need some like remove customer. And I don't think we have that. We used to. We used to have an out of money thing. Do we have a remove? We have a remove worker. I'm allowed to wear t-shirts? No, I am not. I am not. Reapply player abilities. I wonder if we would need this. Oh, where customers are going to count as a customer slot. So this num customers should... Why does this even exist? We keep track of customers. Why does this exist? This should just be computed. Yeah, this is silly. We should say customers.count. This is a collection, yeah. So delete that. Huh. Office man that follows the rules. Not if I'm hacking. Hey, Mags. No sloppy clothes allowed. Only Skeleseller hoodies and Skeleseller official branded button-up shirts. All right, so I need a way to remove this. We're just going to delete them from here and then free the customer. Sound like a plan. Public void remove customer. I wonder if it knows how to fill in this function. It does. How smart. Good job, AI. Yeah, every once in a while you watch a course or a tutorial and they're like, all right, I'm about to do this, but think about what's going to happen before I do this. And I actually do think that's really good to do, because if you have no clue what's going to happen, like what is the AI going to fill in for this function or what you want it to do, then you might not know if it's wrong. I think it does help you reason about things and learn. All right, so not here. What we're going to do instead is we're going to say, ooh, why is that a thing? This should just be town equals town component dot get. Excuse me. Yeah, this is less verbose this way. And I need the same thing down here. Town dot remove customer. Great. So they get deleted automatically. Now nothing spawns them and something needs to spawn them. And I guess they don't count toward your customer limit. I don't know how I feel about this. You have a max of 3 customers and 3 are in town. Should a rare 4th one be able to join? I think I want them to be outside of this. Yeah, I think I want them to be outside of this. Meaning I think you should be able to get a 4th one. But then I guess the other question, you have a max of 3 and 2 are in town. Does a rare customer count as the 3rd? I don't care too much about this. Yeah. Where I've started writing temporary exploratory code and only refactoring the final architecture later. Writing a lot of boilerplate that's often not needed. Yeah, you know what I was thinking about the other day? I think like there was a time on stream actually where I was like, what game should we make next? And we eventually came to the conclusion it should be Idle Ascendants, and then started work on it. And at some point I wasn't thinking of asking anyone to help work on it with me. And then I did, and now we have 4 people working on it, not including myself, so 5 people total. Anyway, the reason I brought this up is because I've heard this my whole life, no man is an island. And at first I was like, no, I'm going to be an island. I'm going to just work on my own all the time. I'm going to have a bunch of independent hobbies. I'm not going to ever rely on anybody else. And then I realized life isn't really set up that way. And if you somehow could function as an island, I think we're just still social and connected creatures, and it's hard to just operate in your day-to-day life without anyone else. So anyway, I asked other people to help, and I just thought it really steered my fate quite a lot, and it steered the fate of this game too. I think the game actually has a chance of success now, and I think the chances would have been fleetingly low if I hadn't onboarded other people. The reason I mention this is because you hear these things your whole life, these aphorisms and proverbs, and it's not until you experience it yourself that you sort of internalize it. So this stuff about as I become more senior, I've learned to do things a certain way. It's like, I think that's great. But I also think you could tell someone with like 5 days of coding experience, you could pretty much tell them almost any lesson you have, and maybe they absorb it, maybe they don't. But I think there's a pretty good chance that people just don't sort of absorb what is good common wisdom, because there's a certain amount of trust that goes with that, and a certain amount of like, well, I don't even know if I'm going to pursue this for another 10 days or another 10 years. And I just wonder, what would I have had to do if I could go back in time to open my brain up to these ideas even more and just sort of bypass these learnings? Anyway, possibly incoherent ramblings. The things that go through my head. All right, so rare customers leave town, and then that means that the town itself needs some way of spawning these rare customers. I like there to be a rare customer system. That way the town doesn't need this code. We people are also very proud, and I know better. I think you can get into that habit, but it's like, it's like Hofstadter's law, I guess. I'm not going to try to spell this. This Hofstadter's law It always takes longer than you expect, even when you take into account Hofstadter's law. So it's like a self-referential thing. And I feel like that's sort of the case with the I know better. You can say I know better and recognize that you are in this mode of thought. And then when someone suggests something to you, be like, oh, I'm aware that I might be falling into a trap, some bias that is stopping me from absorbing this information. And yet you might still be stopping yourself from absorbing the information. How do you be truly open-minded about things, and not even controversial things, just like, oh, hey, you could change your code and it's better this way. You're like, cool, thank you. I will look into that. So I've tried to make a mindful shift myself into accepting more suggestions from people. And yeah, I think it's gone well. Not like it's perfect. Definitely agree on trying to pass on learning gained from experience. I don't think I would have been able, it scrolls when I do that, I've been able to properly absorb my current viewpoints when I started out. In general, I'm a big proponent of putting in the hours, working hours to get better at your craft. Yeah, and some of your recent Discord messages were along these lines too, because we were talking in the keyboard channel. And I like the viewpoints, and on a broader level, it's like you go through your career and you'll meet people that you don't like, that you want to steer away from their behaviors, and then people that you like and respect and you want to steer toward their behaviors. And I think both of those are important, like different poles of a magnet. They both help you learn. And some of those traps you can avoid just by seeing other people fall into the traps. Like, oh, hey, I put in 2 hours a day and I'm kind of coasting, and it doesn't show right away. Maybe they don't get fired, maybe nothing bad happens to them. But then years down the line, they're probably in a different position than you're in. All right, yeah, I want a new system here. We have a bunch in the town already, right? Not here, we don't. What about here? System, yeah. So I think we'll make a rare customer spawn system. And we will access its unique name and give it a script. Source/scene script/rare customer spawn system. Okay, so we're going to make an init that takes in the town. I think my issue is trying to grasp the concept when someone explains it to me. It's like I have to constantly reread it until it clicks in my head. There could be a lot of reasons for that. One is it could just be a difficult concept. Two, you could have some attention issue like ADHD. Three is it could be a bad teacher. And yeah, four is just like any sort of other impairment that you might have at the time. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're sick, maybe anything else. And it's hard to know what case you're in. If you feel like this is happening all the time, you can probably rule out, like, okay, it's probably pretty obvious when you're sick because it's not going to happen for extended months at a time, right? But yeah, it's harder to tell when you're tired. It's harder to tell if it's a bad teacher unless you've had many people struggle to explain things to you. This, I guess you could try to get diagnosed. But yeah, difficult concepts, maybe they're just all difficult concepts. And I find that's the other big thing I've learned over the years. In fact, one of the biggest things is to just like cut myself some slack. And if you ever end up watching mentoring on this channel, a lot of it is people just try doing too much sometimes. And I think it is a very fine line between being balanced and having sort of a healthy life and then overdoing it and burning out. And I've been in the burnout territory enough times, and I realized that there isn't a lot of value in guilt or anxiety about these things. And the only way through it, I feel, is to purposely convince yourself that you deserve the slack and that you have been doing a lot. And there's this book that I read called Laziness Does Not Exist. And it was pretty interesting because they sort of posit that you are not lazy. There is no such thing as laziness. You are either overworked or you are suffering from some other issue, or you're actually doing a lot and not giving yourself credit. And I fall into that last category. Not giving myself credit for things. All right, we're gonna knit this, and there we go. Still very bad when it comes to that. Always try to do too much at once unless I carefully structure my work. You know, it's not, I think there are different motivations for even wanting to do too much. One is just that you're super motivated. You're passionate about the project. And another is that you feel pressure in doing these things, or that you feel like, oh, I've got energy for this, and it's sort of an energy budgeting problem. I notice that my Mondays are usually pretty productive. And I think a lot of the reason why is because they follow the weekend. That means that I was more rested and I'm able to do things. I do want to follow this logic that I've written here, which is every so often there's a 1% chance they spawn. So I want to do the same thing we had before. Double time until next spawn check. I don't want it to be every 30 seconds exactly. I think I want it to be a range. Private void reset time until next spawn check. Yeah, gd.rand range. Maybe somewhere on the range of 25 to 35 seconds. I feel like this would not be very obvious that it's happening at a particular interval. It's just a while from now. It's forced me to be more structured in how I approach work, and that's helped me immensely when leading my team. Yeah, in general, you have weaknesses and you have strengths. And the way that I've heard with a lot of sort of team-based work is just enhance the strengths. Don't worry about covering up the weaknesses or anything. It's a team. Let the people who have strengths where your weaknesses are flourish there. And yeah, I don't think it means ignore all of your weaknesses. I think it can still be worth addressing them. It's just, yeah, it's like you can be very organized and structured, and maybe someone else is good at something else, and that's where team-based work is good. So it guides by dragging the ruler in the editor. I want to try this. Neat. How do you get rid of it? How do you turn that off? Clear guides. Oh, there we go. Then view. Yeah, so if I had a guide to every single pixel amount, does it just make like a solid bar? I bet you could. I'm just curious what this looks like, even though this is the worst thing I could be doing with my time right now. Yes, you can. So stupid. All right. Works with the snap too. I don't even know what that means. Oh, neat. You can drag both guides at once. It's actually probably pretty useful for specific points in town. 3 dots configure snap. Oh, I see. Okay. So we're doing this every so often. We need to override a process. There we go. Time until next spawn. This is going to be reset the time. And there's a percent chance that you can get this thing to have happened. Whoa, what? What in the world? Private, float, spawn chance. All right. So if this is less than that, then we spawn a rare customer, which I'm not going to write yet. And in the case that you spawn a rare customer, the rare customer spawn chance equals, let's put a private const float starting rare customer spawn chance 0.01f. Use that here. Set that down here. And if you haven't rolled that number, then increase it by 1%. So how long does it take before you spawn a rare customer? And I think, if I'm recalling correctly, if you roll a 1% chance X times, that after about 60 attempts, you get a 50% chance. But that's where our probability calculator comes in. So let's go write a probability calculator. In fact, actually, I wrote one of these. Hang on a second. Let me go see if I can find this. I don't know where this might be on my machine. Huh. Give me a sec. Probability calculator. Aha. Home downloads. Okay. What's in here? Node main. Cannot find Lodash. npm install. One critical severity vulnerability. Let's run this thing. I can't really imagine there's found 0. Change one package. Okay. So now node main. Neat. It broke the code. All right, what's it do? Node main 0.01. I see. 0.01. Yeah, well, I was pretty close. After 69 trials, there would have been a 50% chance that this thing happens. And that's what we coded was a, well, no, we didn't code a 1%. It's 1%, then 2%, then 3%. I wrote another JavaScript file for that, right? Where's that? Main.js. Here it is. So run simulation. Num trials, chance to occur is 0.01. So we just run this. And then chance to occur plus equal 1%. Okay, how long does that take? 12 trials needed. 12, yeah. So 12 times 30 would be every 6 minutes a rare customer shows up. I mean, sure, I guess. Is 6 minutes too often? Like maybe it should be like 4 times per hour. The whole point is that they're rare. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So we would do 0.5 here. Now it's 8 minutes. Then what did I say? 15 minutes? 2.5? Now it's 11 minutes. 1.25. Now it's about 14 minutes. Okay, that's probably pretty good. 14 minutes. Yeah. People aren't going to know what hit them. Okay, so this is going to be called the rare or like spawn chance bonus. Each, I don't know, spawn chance bonus. All right, now let's copy the exact same number. So I don't try to remember how many decimal places it is. And every time it fails, we go up by that much. And then just right here, something like every time you fail to spawn a rare customer, the chance to spawn will go up by this much, with a starting chance of 1% and an increase of, what is that, 0.125%? It will take roughly 28 attempts to spawn a rare customer. Yeah, 28 attempts before success. I guess it's only like 8 spawns in a single playthrough. This is roughly once every 14 minutes, which is roughly 4 times per hour. So, I mean, depending on how long a playthrough ends up lasting, yeah, you might not have it happen a lot. But there are 2 things to consider. 1, the amount of play time is going to go up. And 2 is we can eventually put a town hall thing that says like double the chance that a rare customer shows up. And then it'd be 8 times per hour, or we quadruple it and it's 16 times per hour. So I think I'm going to leave it at this for now. And most people playing the next checkpoint will see like a couple of rare customers. Okay, so now the actual logic to spawn a rare customer. We have create customer. This does not return the customer instance. Probably should just return them. Customer is rare town. Yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah, now we got to go modify a bunch of things when we set that they're rare. Set is rare. Or like make rare. Rarify. Yeah, this will just be a public void thing that says is rare equals true. We set this to have a private setter. We put this in the public range of functions. And then with setting them to rare comes a bunch of different things we need to do. So what are those things? Used sprite IDs is just selecting them all from customers. Yeah, so we need another customer. And I have just the one here. It's me. So we'll add me as a customer and just write all the logic for spawning this, I guess. Game assets, characters, I guess. Yeah. All right, so Adam as a customer.png exists. That'd make a nice animated emoji. It would. That's a good idea. Turn Adam as a customer into a Twitch emote. Okay, so rare customers. How are we going to do this? This gets all of the customer sprite IDs, but rare customers are going to use different sprites altogether. Hey, Grace, it's going well. I'm not totally sure how we're going to get this to function correctly because I probably want rare IDs to be separate from the regular IDs. Maybe we have like a reserved range for rare customers. Customer sprite ID. Yeah, I could just put something like Adam equals 13531. And then everything beyond this range could just be considered rare. I think that's not a bad idea. That way we still have uniqueness amongst them, but I don't think it's a great idea. Let's see. How do we do this? We get all customers and select their sprite IDs. Maybe we just keep track of the rare ones somewhere. If I upload it to BTTV, will you add it to the channel? I'll just... Yeah, sure. I was just going to make a command for it, but to be honest, I don't really think anyone's going to use this regardless of whether it's a command or not. So yeah, one option is to keep track of all the rare IDs and then not set them up for regular customers. Remove all used sprites and remove all the rare ones. Yeah, sure, fine. Let's just do that. Adam equals 25. Rare. Okay, where are we putting this? Private, read-only, customer sprite ID. Rare sprite IDs. equals Adam. Public should come before private. Okay. So remove all of those too, I guess. This is for setup sprites though. This is not smart. Maybe we put in a Boolean like a allow rare. If not allow rare, then remove all the ones that are inside that. I guess that can be a hash set. Yeah. Okay. Now set up sprite. Does not allow rares. And if we make them rare, then we're going to say set up sprite. Actually, we should probably just... Oh, we should change this. Else available sprite IDs equals the rare ones. And then remove all of the used ones. All right, is that good? Let's take a look at this code. So all the available ones are here. This is not a good idea. Now it's a good idea. What's the problem here? Code should not contain multiple. No, there's a syntax error somewhere. I don't see where it is. Huh. Oh, there it is. I never called setup sprite. Yeah, if I delete this, then everything works. Yep, cool. Okay, so get a list of the available sprite IDs. If you allow rare ones, then they are the rare ones. If you don't allow rare ones, then they are all of the valid customer sprite IDs minus the rare ones. Sounds good. Then remove all the ones that are used regardless. And then you might not have one available, which is very possible right now. So I guess we can't spawn a rare customer if all the rare sprites are in use, which will hopefully be an impossibility in the future. Do I want to cap this? I don't know if I wrote anything down about that. Faster base, what happened? No, I don't think I have anything written here about this. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Okay, well, fine. If allow rare, then that, otherwise this. This is a bad idea. That means that rare ones will get used anyway. Stupid. All right, this is duplicated code. We're definitely going to get rid of this at some point. I need to refactor this. Refactor this since it shows up twice. But all right, what were the things that we said? They move faster, they pay more, they look unique. So we haven't even handled the look unique part. Set up sprite. Why do we pass in the use sprite IDs? Why doesn't this just figure it out? Because we don't save the... This is stupid. It's really stupid. Yeah, this is dumb. All right, let's put this down here. Town equals town components dot get. Good. And add that. Sounds good. Then get rid of this. And that. And set that this is true. All right, so all we have is a unique sprite. Now, in the rare customer spawn system, let's have it be a guarantee that a rare one spawns, but only once. Private bool has spawned And here, if not has spawned or that, then spawn rare customer has spawned equals true. Actually, let's just delete this. Okay. So now the very first customer, it spawns. Oh, but the first customer isn't until like 25 seconds in, right? I didn't even set that up. So no, that's not true. It's going to start at 0, actually. Yeah, so it's just a spawn a customer right off the bat. And that customer is probably not going to have a graphic because I forgot to even do anything with that sprite sheet. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, there are no rare. Well, there is a rare sprite. It just won't know how to make this. Create customer. Let me go back to that for a sec. So what is this going to do? It's going to get an ID, and then the ID is going to not correspond to any of these. Nope, it won't. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could just write character 1 to 8 again. But yeah, we need special logic for this. Oh, fun. So what's going to happen? We're going to spawn in, if I'm not mistaken, that character, the one with the orange hair and the blue bandana. Except for it doesn't work because rare customer spawn system relative to town scene does not exist. I know why. It's because it's in a different node, I think. Yeah. It's in the town node. Mostly transparent except your own character, so we can add the other rares. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. That means you need to put all the rares in a block. Gonna be a little weird to do. So did we get the rare one? I don't even think we did. No, it broke. Entity already has a component of type animated sprite. Oh, I know why. Because again, I am messing this stuff up. We have setup sprite called over here. So it's already called once. We do a whole bunch of things here. We got to undo all that stuff. So I guess we should know at initialization time that this thing's going to be rare. And that way we don't have to do this. Bool is rare. Yeah. So there's no more make rare. Much smarter. Which now means the init is going to be broken everywhere we have called it. Bool is rare. Why does this exist? Why does that exist? For making the actual instance itself, this seems kind of silly. Yeah, because the problem with this is that now we need to pass this is rare everywhere. Where else do we have one of these? Here, just make it false. Process, false. And then the only other one was inside of the rare customer system. Spawn rare customer. This isn't even correct. Oh, man. Create customer. There's no create customer. Oh, it's private. Put this next to create worker, which should be public. Can't you set it to false by default? I can, yeah. But what I'm saying is it still needs to, every function it goes through would need that default parameter. Like either way, it's poisoning all of the call stack. It's just potentially poisoning even the leaf callers or not. As opposed to if all of the town encapsulated the customer's creation logic, which I don't think makes sense anyway. All right, so did this work? I think so. We have the orange hair, blue bandana person. And they should always be there. So if I just restart the game, we should see them again. And that's because I don't have my sprite being used correctly yet. Yeah. So now what we do is we pass in customer. We could just say Adam as a customer.png. It should just work. Yeah. Don't forget to set the class as rare property. I did not. You were right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where is a knit? Wait, first I want to see if I show up correctly in the game. Do I? No, I don't. Couldn't find this. I wonder, oh, maybe that's why. That might be why. All right, where's the knit? AI knows it. Kevin knows it. I skipped over it. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Oh, it worked. Game. Look at that. Hey, go away. Go away. This is my game. Yeah. Neat. This is a medieval fantasy setting, and then someone's got glasses. You added yourself. I did now. Why am I slightly slower? It's like a couple of pixels slower because there's a range that they go through, but I'm about to be way faster. You're not even ready for this. All right, we're going to put this into knit. And the speed is going to be times is rare, question mark. What do we double the speed? Let's double the speed. Operator times cannot be applied. Was this an order of operations thing? Yeah. I can add particles, yeah. No, I think I want to add particles. I think if anything, there'd be like a faint glow that goes from 0 pixels to like 0.5 pixels. So maybe it shows up some of the time. But I don't think I'd even do that probably. All right, so look unique is done. Move faster is done. Pay more per item is not done. Pay more per item. So I guess in buy item, this isn't even get tip. This is just get purchase amount. Why did that not work? I don't know what happened. Let's try that again. Get purchase amount. Shiny shader effect. All right, so we have the total value here. Now total value times equal entity dot is rare. So if you're rare, we're going to take the amount that you have, and we're going to multiply it by somewhere between maybe 1.1 to 1.5. Yeah. All right, so we'll make this a multiplier. Multiplier equals that. Total value equals that. All right, so my character is going to spend more money and move twice as fast. We should probably put a ceiling on that. No, they get their speed bonus from somewhere else. All right, I don't know. Let's not worry about this. The maximum speed yet, but my character should be booking it. Yeah. let's give an item to buy. So this normally sells for 5 gold, but I am a big spender. Hey, where are you going? Come back here. Go buy that item. Where are you going? The other character's gonna meet you there. No. All right, fine. 5 gold. Go buy this one. Hey you. Hey. What are you doing? All right, I should probably make them more likely to buy things. Yet again, they were beaten. They're never going to purchase anything. Make a mockery out of me. Oh, they're doing it. Okay, so 14 gold normally and sold for 14 gold. Go buy it. Still 14 gold. What? Shouldn't you be spending more money on this? What do you need to multiply by 14 by to get higher than that? No, even 1.1 should have worked. That means this is broken. Total value times multiplier, yeah. Huh. Beat the enemies in one shot. Hey, Ross. All right, so I don't know what happened. And we're going to go make it so that customers always want to buy things. Consider buying. How does this work? Handle not at shop. This go to shop. Then what? When it gets there, it goes back to consider buying. And consider buying is a very large chance to... Oh, it's a 100% chance to buy an item. What? Okay, so we just need them to go to the right shop. Why are you making a rare customer spend more money? Yeah, for the game design, that's it. Seems like a 1x multiplier. Yeah, the speed is higher, so it must be set. Let me make sure I didn't use the wrong is rare there. No, it should be set. And nothing else should even set this. Yeah. Anyway, we'll just put a breakpoint here. If is rare. Bloop. That's not how that even works. All right. Because I'm not sure why this would be failing. Yeah, and it shouldn't matter what the item is. Like if I just put this potion over here. Actually, let's use the red one. All right, now speed it up. My character should be booking it over to that. My character doesn't exist. What could have gone wrong there? That should be impossible. Yeah, that should definitely be impossible. I think I know what might have done this. Create customer is done from process. 2 processes would have had to be called. And win this 5% chance? I don't think that's correct. I think the rare customer spawn system should have just worked. Huh. I don't know what I did wrong there. I didn't break anything. The snake poisoned. There are 2 skeletons walking around. Early return breaks it. Oh, yeah, you're right. Because they don't desire the item. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't do the multiplier over here. Maybe we should do the multiplier on the other side. Although, really, should we? All we're doing is figuring out the tip amount, right? And the tip is just a long. Tip equals 0. So if they desire the item, then do all this stuff. And now the tip is equal to total value minus item value. All right, that looks a little bit better. Now we're going to multiply both these things. So long purchase amount, what's it called? Buy amount. Buy amount equals item dot value. And now we're going to get our multiplier, which I just deleted. Oh, that was fun. All right, fine. Let's write it again. Multiplier equals entity is rare. gd.rand range 1.1 to 1.5. And then we set the buy amount and the tip. All right, now what's the problem here? Can't convert from double to, oh yeah, that should be a double. Hmm? Hmm. All right, that should work. We can delete the breakpoint because now we're pretty certain we fixed this. Now we'll put a red potion in there, which will only matter if the character actually spawned. It did. Okay, so rather than paying 14, it should pay at least 15. 19, yeah. I wonder if it should show it the same way that tips show it. Like rare customers just tip for everything. That might be a better system. That way you're aware that they're even rare. Because you might not be. You might be like, oh yeah, there's a character with glasses. Why wouldn't they be there? So yeah, let's do that. Item.value. So we'll have the tip always be there. But the tip is 0 by default. So I guess if is rare and tip equals 0, then tip equals, I guess it's going to be based on this multiplier. Item.value times, well, now we don't want the 1 here. We want this to be 0. And this will be this times the multiplier. We need the math.ceiling thing here. I gotta stop doing that. All right, but then if they desired the item, so rare customers can still want specific items, and then they should probably pay a boatload for it. Yeah, so if tip equals 0, this is that they didn't desire the item. And if they did desire the item, I mean, either way, we could just multiply the tip by that multiplier. Yeah. All right. I think that's good. This won't work, actually. What am I doing? This needs to be tip times 1 plus multiplier. Yeah. Okay, so they're still going to add an arbitrary amount of extra money, but it'll be shown as a tip so that it signals to you that this is a special customer. So there's the customer. We're going to do the same thing. Put this here. It should say 14 plus and then however much they choose to tip, which is like up to 5 gold, I guess. Yeah, 6 gold. So cool. You got 20 gold from that. Now I want them to desire an item and then spend a boatload of money. So how do we get them to desire an item? Customer wander, instead of consider buying, just goes to seek specific item. All right, that should work. Tip times multiplier plus item value times multiplier. I can possibly do that. Yeah, let me take a look. I have not run that over in my head completely yet. All right, I want you to want that item. Come on. Show a thought bubble. You can do it. What are you doing? Oh, there they go. Okay, now just make it over there. And normally this would have sold for 14. It should sell for a lot now. Yeah. 10 gold tip. Good old rare customer. Cool. Yeah, looks like it's working. All right, so let's see if we've got the same logic with what Kevin suggested. If the tip is 0, then yeah, I see. Oh, wait, but then we don't want to add the item value again. Yeah. Yeah. Thought you wanted to add the item value anyway. I don't think so. What I wanted is if like rare customers are just going to pay more. So if they didn't desire the item, then they add like a little bit of a tip. And if they did desire the item, then the tip they already had gets bigger. You know how we could have done this, I guess, is to... Never mind. No, I think it's pretty much it. What if one of the rare customers is a literal whale? Already got it written down. Rare customer idea, a literal whale. Your ideas are not unique. Well, well, well. All right, I think we're looking pretty good. So rare customers now meet all of the needs that we had, except that we're not certain that they leave town. And we want them to probably have a higher proclivity to buy. What would even control? I don't care. I just don't care. I'm not going to do that. Whatever. They spend more money. That's the benefit. If they don't actually buy anything, then too bad. At least they're moving twice as fast. Oh, and the last thing we needed to check is what do they look like when they've got maximum swiftness? Because they might look pretty fast. All right, you ready for this? Town Hall. Grant most things. All right, so there they are. Wait, no, that's not them. There they are. Speed up 1, 2, 3. This customer is going crazy. Are they going to buy something? Nice. Nice. Yeah, they probably shouldn't walk that fast. All right, so far they've tipped like 5 gold, 6 gold, 8 gold. Are they going to buy anything else? They're going to just leave town eventually. You buying something? You look like you're leaving. Are you? Yeah, I think we need to make them buy stuff more frequently. White mustache, wearing a black suit and white hat with a top hat. White suit with black and white suit. Oh my god, I cannot read your message. This sounds an awful lot like the Monopoly man. Does he have a monocle by any chance? Track the tips. That's a pretty good idea. Achievements. Create the achievement system. Where are the achievements? Didn't we write this down somewhere? This one maybe? Yeah. Amount of money tipped by customers. The rare spawn roll while a rare customer is in town. Yes, it does. Yeah. So it's possible that you get multiple rare customers at once. So yeah, I think the last thing we need to do with rare customers is make them more likely to purchase items and make them less likely to leave town. Maybe they require double the number of purchases to leave. Oh yeah, the thing I was testing out is, did they get deleted correctly? They're still running around buying items. They want a fire sword. What are you, needy customer? Okay, go get it. 26 gold tip. That's quite a lot. And now they leave town and they should just get deleted. And it broke. No, it didn't break. That's a different problem. It's not that the guard is going to stop them from leaving. Oh, that would be very funny. Also, you know, it'd be pretty cool is if the rare customers had different idle animations. I mean, it'd probably be coolest if they just didn't idle at all. But if my character thought about like a skeleton graphic or something, that'd be pretty neat. Tweak the AI to give priority to customers with a desired item. No, I did not. So it's possible that one of these characters wants an item and then is beaten to that item by somebody else, in which case they'll just still want the item. The chances that they want an item is pretty low though. Like you can see this one wants a blue potion. So we would be like, okay, let's go to the forest and win that battle. And then I will give you an item, which I can't even do because there's no space. Is this broken? Why is nobody buying these? Wait, yeah, what's going on? I guess it's not that nobody's buying them. It's that I only have 3 customers, but it looks like I have more. No, I only have 2. And one of them wants a blue potion. This is why we need that scrapper. It's only this pink customer who can buy things anymore. Had not thought of this problem. Yeah, and they're just not going to buy stuff. All right, let's create some more customers then. Eventually, you'll be able to drag items out of the shops and just scrap them. Yeah, so if I put this down, now the other customer who wanted the blue potions will hopefully go get it. Yeah, perfect. And they gave a 42 gold tip. That's because it's based on the most expensive item that's sold. Is there an in-game way to know which dungeons drop which items? No, not yet. Eventually, we got to show that over here. We just haven't done that yet. Seems fun to see a couple times per hour. Is that an orange blur that just came in? This amount of characters unlikely. I don't know. I don't know. The answer to either of those questions. I have a lot of workers right now, and that's unlikely. But the number of adventurers isn't, but you wouldn't have them all in town. You'd probably have them be auto battling somewhere. So it would look a little bit more like this, where you're like, okay, give me 4 adventurers in the jungle. So they go into that portal. And then rather than them ever popping out of the portal, we would have auto battle on. So watch this. They're going to go back in. And now whenever I click win battle, they don't come out again. So they're just sort of stuck there until I cancel auto battle. Likewise, I could do that with these characters. And set auto battle. And there. So now we have 7 fewer characters in town because they're battling at the bottom of the screen. And you shouldn't have that many workers. If I do this, it'll delete them all. So this is a little bit more representative of the amount of characters you might have in town. Actually, probably something like this. Yeah. And I recognize it could be confusing. Maybe we'll have tooltips for the, I don't know what. 2 items in a bubble? Are you talking about this? This is just the fire sword. It just looks a little weird because of how fast it's moving. But I don't think there's anything wrong there. Yeah. Thought it was a salmon. I like that. This town needs a tavern. This town needs more shops. We need to sell, sell, sell. Yeah, I do feel like they should probably idle more often than they do. They do kind of just run around a lot. Like that one just idled. That was a nice little pause. Customer can want multiple items. That could be something to buy in the town hall. I would rather you get more customers rather than having them want multiple items. Because think of how big the thought bubbles would get. You'd have to show like 2 or 3 items in here. Also, the whole point of this is to give you something to go do. If you're like, wow, 2 people want fire swords, I'm going to go to the place that I know drops fire swords. And then you'll go fight there and be like, okay, here's one for you and here's one for you. And your bonus is that you get a nice little tip value. So now your fire sword wanters go over there and they tip 21 and this one also tips 21. Yeah. So it's like, that's your benefit. I don't think we need to make that system any better. We're idling in the tavern. I'm pretty happy with this though. Those lightning strikes look so cool. Fully leveled mage probably is pretty nuts. Put some points in that, in that, in that, that, and then restart this battle. All right, let's see it. Let's see the new lightning strikes. That's a lot of lightning strikes. Oh my god. What a powerful character. It's only 1 point more than you can get in the game. No, maybe it's not. Wow, it died. I'm gonna lose. I lost. Hey, test user. Falling a bit here and there. Not 100% sure what this whole game is about. Can you explain more? Yeah, sure. I will explain just a sec, by the way. Let me finish reading this. A tip based on the most valuable item or just the multiplier over the purchased item? Yeah, the multiplier of the purchased item. I don't want to do it based on the most valuable item because they'll buy anything. Anyway, what's the game about? So let me start at the beginning here. Debug 2. There we go. Close everything else that we have here. So the game's going to start out and you're actually going to see a cutscene. But we don't have the cutscene yet. So imagine you're here, you click new game. The cutscene you'll see will be your character as a human fighting in the world and then getting poisoned, going to a town, realizing there's no antidote and dying from the poison. Then they come back as a skeleton and start their own town. So then this is the start of the game where they're like, okay, cool, got the land for my town, but I need to hire adventurers. Ignore that in the background. That shouldn't be there. And actually, I just realized there's a problem with that. Need to stop spawning rare customers until you're done with the tutorial. Anyway, so you build a guild. This is the very first building you get in your town, and this lets you hire an adventurer. So you pick your first one, rogue or mage, and then it instructs you to enter a battle. And the battles are automated, so your characters just fight automatically. And the way that you eventually influence them is with leveling up your adventurers, changing the party around, and putting skill points. But when you win the battle, you get your first item. So you've seen a lot of this already, but you don't actually start with a shop. So you build the shop, and then you can put your items into the shop, at which point customers will actually start arriving and they can go buy your item. So you'll see my character come over here and just go buy it. And then with the money, you can eventually unlock other adventurers. So for example, this one costs 100. We could get another one of those. We could train our adventurer to make it stronger. We can end up adding skill points in. We can go to harder locations. So we can get the dungeon, for example, here. And now I could send them into battle in the dungeon. I'm going to speed this up. Yeah, so now they're in a different place. And yeah, that's the general game loop. Adventurer gets poisoned and dies, and the game ends. See, any of these things, I like the thinking at big companies that I've had where it's like, if 1% of your users experiences a problem, there's some error rate that's pretty low. We generally think, oh yeah, that's like nothing, right? But now imagine you have like 1 million customers. And now all of a sudden it's what, 10,000, 10K people hit that error. So imagine if you did have a really tiny chance that you got poisoned and just died and you went to the credits scene. You made it even this small. It's like the people who actually experience that are just going to have a bad time because they won't know what it is that happened. So I like the idea that there could be something humorous happening. Like maybe the snake that poisons you spawns with a hat 1 out of 10,000 times. And for whatever reason, people who see that are just like, okay, it's a snake with a hat. But someone else might see it and be like, I didn't have a hat. Those I think could be okay. But yeah, having you just outright lose the game, I think would be a little punishing. Anyway, yeah, if you are interested in trying this game, I am hoping for November 22nd to have the checkpoint number 4 out. Hi, Scott. Yeah, how about it just starts deleting files off your system? There's so much that's changed since the last checkpoint. And I think anyone who did play checkpoint number 3 is going to be like, this game has gotten a lot better. All right, I'm going to make one more tiny change here so I don't forget. but you shouldn't actually be able to spawn anything until your town allows you to spawn things. So if time until next check is less than 0 and town.can spawn customers, can create customers, can something customers. What did I call this thing? Maybe I didn't make it public. Can create customers. Yeah, I didn't make it public. Fine. Just I'm gonna do this later. Make this public and use that from this line in rare customer spawn system. Can create customers. All right, so just don't worry about that for now. Isn't that fast and easy to make public? It is, but it's going to modify more lines of code, and I don't want it to pollute this commit. Is create customer not checking this property? It isn't, but it shouldn't be the thing checking that property, in my opinion. It's the spawn logic that should be the thing to check it, because this might think that we spawned it when it didn't. Anyway, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. How big do you plan to make the whole town? Maybe a little smaller than this, actually. There's quite a lot of just blank space. But the buildings that you're going to eventually get, if you don't want spoilers, don't look at this. You get all the weapon and armor shops, so you can sell all the different kinds of items. You get the warehouse to store your items, so they don't disappear when they just drop out of the portal. You get the vault, which is where you can put items that workers can't touch. So if you have the enchanters den, which is the last building, you can disenchant items, and maybe there are certain ones with good benefits. Like this says grants a 5% chance to dodge. So maybe you want to store this sort of thing in your vault for a while and wait for the perfect fight. So like then you can disenchant this. It'll make the crystal glow green. And then when I start a new battle, we will have this benefit of a 5% chance to dodge. Yeah. So you should see the word dodge over this, maybe. Yep, there we go. Because the mage typically can't dodge. But yeah, we have... I can't zoom in on this any better, can I? No. Is there a skill in the town hall that makes them walk faster? Place it with a food permit, which lets you buy a small coffee and ice creams. Oh, lets you buy a small coffee and ice cream stands that speeds up customers when they buy coffee there. I think if we find that we need another management layer to this, I might do something like that. What I'm a little concerned with is the game has quite a lot to teach you to even get to the point where you're sort of enjoying it and get the gameplay loop. And there's quite a lot that's already going on. I'm going to do some more user research sessions in a couple weeks, probably. In fact, I got to go round up the people for that. I should probably write that in my bridge note. Figure out who's going to do user research for Skeleseller. And maybe try to get someone for... Where's the calendar? Here. The 9th, I guess? Yeah. The 9th. Probably when that sounds in. Just got approached by a recruiter from Amazon. Recruiter wanted me to apply for software engineer level 2. I don't think I'm qualified for it. I mean, you might as well apply. They're pretty good during the process of re-leveling you if they need to. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. If you talk to them at the beginning of the process, they'd probably be good at figuring out what you should be applying for. But if you get through the interview process and you're like, oh, I should actually be a higher level, that's typically a lot harder to do. 7 hours of traveling, where'd that put you? Yeah, during the process sometimes. Because I remember when I interviewed at Amazon, I interviewed for... The leveling is always super confusing at companies because they use different numbers at different companies. So like a 5 at Google is not a 5 at Amazon. And a 5 at Microsoft doesn't even exist. It's 59 to like 70 something. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think as long as you're clear with them up front about this stuff, they should be able to find the right position for you. Parents' house in the UK to my house in Berlin. Weren't you up like super late the other night? You responded to me at like 2 in the morning your time, I think. I was like, what is Caleb doing? This is already done. There's so much other stuff here. Oh man, customer stuff. Check in what I've done. Yeah. L6 is senior. Yeah, and at Google, L5 is senior. Okay, today was great. Today was an amazing day. All right, customer stuff, got them on specific things. Added rare customers. Did we do anything else? We probably did. I'm not gonna write anything else down. That's good enough. We've got the skill trees now, like sort of only allowing one open at a time. We got customer desires. Whew. Do indeed do that sometimes. Don't do a good job at switching off in the evening. Yeah, I think it can be tough. Wow. Well, what a day. What a day. I'm gonna go find somebody to raid on Twitch. But yeah, this was super productive. You know what? I haven't raided Caleb Hart in a while. I'm gonna raid Caleb Hart. He's cooking. He normally streams speedrunning, so I haven't seen him cook, and I can't actually watch for a while. I can't wait to share the next point. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Look, thank you all for watching. Normally I would share Discord or the wishlist thing or something. I will actually ask this for the first time in pretty much a year. If you're not following, please do consider following. Because I looked at my morning stats and I got 2 followers. I'm like, that's probably not good for the hell of the stream. But I'm going to get going. I will see you all on Monday. We're going to continue with this stuff and then move on to probably sound effects, I think. Oh, and also I think there's mentoring on Monday. But yeah, take care. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.